Suzie versus After School Program Incorporated. In this case, Suzie decided to sue the after school program for negligence, and negligence is failure to use reasonable care, which could result in damage or injury to a human being. And the things that fall under negligence are duty, breach, causation, and damages. Uh, so this case came about because on one day, Doug and Christy, who both work for the after school program, Doug decided to take the kids outside and play basketball. Typical after school program activity. Uh, Doug, hears the kids complaining, "Oh, it's hot out here. We want to go inside." And he takes necessary precaution that they could have heat illness or pass out or anything. He's like, "Yo, okay, we'll take them inside and try to play something else." Christy, on the other hand, who was inside playing volleyball with eighth graders, she was getting tired of playing volleyball, so she was like, "We need to switch it up." So her and Doug came to an agreement, like, we can play dodgeball, and dodgeball could work for the sixth graders and the eighth graders. Not too big of a age gap there, so they was like, "All right, let's play." So they split the teams up: four sixth graders on this side, four sixth graders on that side, four eighth graders on that side, four eighth graders on that side. So in order to play, though, they had to take down the volleyball net and the volleyball post. But they don't take down the volleyball post. They just take down the volleyball net, due to time. They're like, we don't have enough time, so let's just leave the post up. But they warn the kids, hey, make sure you watch out for this post because it can, hurt you bad. So they come up with the rules of the game. If you get hit, you come out for a couple minutes and you can go right back in. But if you get hit, come stand by the post. That way you're not in the way of the game. So they're playing, having a good time, and then Suzie gets hit. So, Suzie's walking out, about to go to the post where she's supposed to stand after she gets hit. And the eighth grader throws a ball at her ankle. She falls off balance and hits her head on the post. Doug, Christy immediately, come over there concerned. Are you okay? What's wrong? What can we do to help? She says, I'm fine. I don't feel too bad. And then Suzie decides to keep playing. So they let her keep playing. The game eventually ends. Suzie comes back up to Doug. My head hurts. I don't feel too well. Start feeling nauseous, and eventually becomes incoherent. And Doug has no no skill on how to deal with head injuries. The after school program didn't teach him on how to deal with it. So him and Christy, first thing to do, hey, call 911. So they call him, but they was delayed. Christy was delayed on the call because she didn't know she had to dial 9 first to reach 911. So eventually her parents get there, and her parent is upset, and they immediately take her to the hospital. So this resulted in a serious head injury for Suzie. And what I think is at fault for the after school program for not teaching Doug how to properly deal with head injuries. You should. That's something you should. That could possibly be a possibility for kids to go through. That's even when not playing volleyball or dodgeball. That could have happened. Playing outside, playing basketball. That could have happened then. Also, Doug could have even though she was looked all right, could have told her like, yo, sit outside. You don't need to play no more. You just hit your head in the post. This is something serious. You should just chill out and not play no more. But I feel like they're at fault at that, and they could have did a better job. That school program should have took this matter more seriously.